us sharing our talents with the world. That is Black women saying, here you go, let me make this better for you.
Without Black women, history would not be what it is.
Black women are the backbone, the cornerstone of everything.
We shape the world effortlessly.
We are nurturers, we are fixers, we are the creators of cool.
We figure it out. We pick up the pieces. We make everyone better.
It's just an innate thing that Black women have. We don't fail. There was something that I always loved and appreciated and admired about Black women, their makeup and their hair. That fueled me to want to give that type of feeling to, anyone who contacted me to do their hair. The look on that woman's face, the confidence that I could tell that she had from the time that she walked through my door and the time that I actually finished her hair, that confidence that she had, I was like, I like that. And I like that I'm the one who did that. Our hair as Black women, we tell a story, and it tells what our attitude is for that day or that period. And so I just love the story that our hair can tell without us even saying anything. My vision for Latched and Hooked is to make beauty simple for Black women. Changing the way Black women have access to beauty products. It really is a life mission for me now. Every day with Latched and Hooked, I'm fighting to, make the idea of Black women who wear hair extensions normal. Because there's this idea that if you wear hair extensions as a Black woman, that you don't love you and you don't love your hair. And that's not true. As a professional woman, the one thing that seemed to plague me a lot was making sure my hair fit the idea of what other people thought it should look like when I stepped into a meeting. And I struggled making sure that my hair looked like how they wanted it to look. It didn't feel acceptable for me to go in with big hair or an afro or, trying to straighten my hair, and then I go outside and it's humid and my hair puffs up. So being able to offer women easy products that they can just slip on, like this wig that I have on right now, and I can just slip it on. I don't have to put any glue. I don't have to spray anything. The chemicals used to create this fiber is safe. All of those things I knew were essential and vital to, to Black women.
I realized that I had my own gift later on, probably 11th grade of high school. I took an art class just for fun, just for a break from all of the AP and Ivy classes that I was taking. Everyone in the class was kind of playing around, but then everything I created, they were like, wait, how did you do that? To me, I thought it was terrible, but I guess from them supporting me and hyping me up, it gave me the confidence to put a lot more effort into that elective class and take it a lot more seriously. It's a weird feeling to be where I am now, because I think that I dreamed it and I felt it, but there's always kind of the frame of reference of well, who do I know that has done that? No one. So maybe it's not possible. But I feel a lot of what has happened and what has come to me, I would say that I felt it, I dreamed it, I manifested it. I really want women of color, I really want Black women to have vibrant, joy-filled depictions that resemble them in their space. And that was something that was non-negotiable.
My earliest memory of entrepreneurialism is actually pretty recent. When I took this random leap to open the Spice Suite, it was I stared entrepreneurialism in the face and had to start to recognize this thing that I had never met before. And we became friends. I always wanted to show up for kids who had been often forgotten, but I had no idea that my life would take the turn that it has taken into entrepreneurship, because even when I opened the space, I always felt in the beginning that I wasn't doing enough. Like, I felt immediately like, how dare you leave your job as an assistant principal, working with kids, impacting families and community, to work retail? It felt so unfamiliar. It didn't feel like the path that I thought I was supposed to be on. And that is what kind of led to the invention, I guess, of my business model, which was, the start of that was inviting community into my space and allowing Black business owners to pop up for free in my space. And now having this tribe of women I call Spice Girls was my way of getting back to community and getting back to my roots and what I knew and those things I was taught at Howard and the things that have been ingrained in me about how you take care of and show up for your people.
If somebody would have told me that I could take my love then for, braiding hair and making women feel more confident and turn that into a beauty business, I would have become the entrepreneur that I am today when I was in my 20s.
We cannot expect people who are not experiencing the oppression that we're experiencing to answer those deficits in our communities. So I think it's beautiful to watch Black people and women rise up and say, like, this is how the current structure is not supporting us, so we're going to create that for ourselves.
Black people being in entrepreneurial roles is so important. One, to just like economic stability and legacy building and wealth building, but even just like for our kids, to see my students following me on social media and sending me messages like, oh my God, Miss Angel, I just saw you on this show, or, I can't believe you're doing so well, because they also need to see that excellence exists outside of these very rigid structures.
Women entrepreneurs need to make products for other women. They need to make products that support our culture.
We're buying hair care from white companies and not realizing why it's not working properly, and we're consuming, things that are not good for us and watching shows that poorly represent us. And I think it's important for us to run those things and create and dictate our own reality for ourselves. Overcoming fear is a skill, honestly, that I learned by taking chances. I think a lot of times fear holds us back because of the unknown. We ask ourselves, like, what if this doesn't go the way I planned? What if I fail? What if this happens? What if that happens? And I just reached a point in my life where I started talking back to that voice in my head.
Fear is so paralyzing, right? Like, you just get so stuck and you so get in your head. My advice is always to start now and perfect later, because our fear is usually out of, this fear of being imperfect. And so for me, it's like, if you just take one small step every day in the direction of your dream, eventually you'll get there.
It is so important for me to support other Black women because we are already not being supported outside of our community, and you can't expect support if you don't give support. Me purchasing something from another Black owned business is like me saying, I see you, girl, keep going.
It's a practice that I kind of implemented early on into my career. I always kind of want to uplift other women. I always want to show people in my community the women that inspire me.
I would have never been able to turn this business into the success story that it has become without the help of creating a tribe of Black women. I call them the Spice Girl and Squad. They are a tribe of over 19 Black women who have their own businesses, and they still find time, space, love, energy to help me grow my business.
The vision and the purpose makes this a profitable business because it's rooted in something deeper than just the product. This has to be something that is greater than you.
Once I mastered the look and kind of feel of how I wanted my work to look, that wasn't enough. Is it reaching the right people? What do you need to do more of in order to make that message more potent and more clear?
I think that my purpose is to show people what it looks like to truly love what you're doing and not have to work hard. To show people what freedom looks like, what the other side of fear looks like.
The best part about being a Black woman is that I can change my hair as often as I want for a new attitude.
My favorite part of being Afro-Latina is my ability to see things from multiple perspectives, and just being, a child of immigrants, I think it helps me to have a broader perspective of the experiences that people go through and grow through.
The best part about being a Black woman is like the dynamics of being Black, right? Like just the variation of us all. Like the fact that our hair is all different, but it's still beautiful. The way that we walk, it's almost like you can see a silhouette of a Black woman and you know she's a Black woman, right? Like there's just like this uniqueness about us, but there's also this shared experience about being a Black woman that makes it like this unofficial, like huge sorority. It's like extra lit, and we all just happy to be here because we all have these things in common, whether you grew up in the suburbs or the inner city. It is really like this huge kind of like unspoken sorority when you're a Black woman.